so that you can join our live discussion here on Insight Timer. Grateful to see you. Grateful to be together. How's our sound? Can you hear me clearly? Can you see me? Oh, I'm so happy to see all of you. Oh, good. And it looks like the internet is finally working. I had a tech. Video is fuzzy. Is it fuzzy for anyone else, friends? Oh, great, Jenny. Welcome. Is it clear? Okay. Maybe Anami try to log out and log back in. Might be a way to remedy the issue. Yeah. Okay, great. Great. Oh, thank you all for being here. All right. So let's start. I guess we'll just start by just, okay, great. Great. Thanks, everyone. Welcome. I'm really grateful to be together. I'm always grateful to be together. And then there are times like this where there is a collective awareness on so much of what is happening in the world outside of our little worlds, and coming together is really healing and offers opportunity for our individual and our collective healing. So I'm grateful to each and everyone. Thank you for being here. For anyone that I'm getting to meet for the first time, my name is Selena Layel. I have many recordings here on the app. We have a group here called Love Heals All. It's a very loving space to share uplifting content or ideas, also to receive support, and really just to come as you are without feeling that you need to be different or be positive or change something about yourself. It's a place where you can really just come as you are. So again, the group is called, thank you, Julia, Love Heals All. All are welcome. And yeah, we have lives here each week, generally Mondays at this time. We are in the second of our 7-week series of Awaken My Heart, self-love techniques to just really cultivate that freedom, ease, joy, peace that really does arise from having a loving relationship with ourselves. So we're in that for the next 5 weeks after this. And Tuesdays, we've been having our Vinyasa Yoga Asana practice. That happens until the time zone change that will be happening at 2 p.m. Eastern after the time zone change on March 13th for anyone in the United States. That is going to be an hour later. Oh, great, Chris. Great. So an extra warm welcome to anyone who's here for the first time. Let's take a breath together. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath for just a moment. And then exhale slowly through the nose. Inhale deeply, feel your belly really expanding. Maybe that expansion moves into the rib cage and the chest, and then hold the breath for a moment. And exhale. Relax the jaw, feel the space between your teeth. Inhale deeply. Pause and hold. Exhale. We'll do this 3 more times. I invite you to close the eyes if they're still open. Relax the shoulders. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath, relax the body. Long, slow exhalation through the nose. Feel your lips and your mouth soft. Inhale. Pause and hold. Exhale slowly. One final breath like this, calming the nervous system. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Breathe naturally, slowly. Consciously relax the shoulders, the belly. And if your eyes are closed, open the eyes. Thank you. We'll now also move into the centering technique. We're starting our time together today with the breath and with the centering technique to really help us center. Yes, whether you are aware of world affairs and feeling affected by that, or you're just having your own internal world affairs, or whatever is happening, maybe you're having a very peaceful day today. These techniques can really help us come back to a sense of center and balance within as we navigate the inner and outer world. I'll just scoot back a little bit here so you can see my body a little more. Bring the palms together at the heart center. Relax the shoulders. Inhale slowly. Reach the right arm all the way up. If you can, straighten the elbow. The other hand comes down by the navel, but the fingers stay pointing up. Exhale as slowly as you can, all the way back to the heart. Really take your time. And then the palms touch at the heart. Inhale, left arm all the way up. Right hand comes down by the navel, fingers point up. Exhale, take your time, relax your face. Inhale, right. Straighten the arm if you can. Exhale to the heart. We'll just do this 3 times today. Sometimes we do it 3, sometimes 4, sometimes more. We'll just pause here. Feel your thumbs against your chest. Relax the shoulders back and down. Soften the face and the jaw. Allow your hips to be heavy. Belly is soft. Relax the groin. We hold so much tension unconsciously in the pelvis. Relax. Lovely. Okay, I needed that. Thank you all so much. These techniques are also really helpful if you're just needing to feel more grounded. Many of us are very sensitive, very empathic. We feel things that are happening in the people around us, in the world around us. And having these techniques that we just used for, a couple of minutes each, not even, really help to ground us in our own center so that we don't feel so pulled and agitated as we often do. Great, Brad. Great. Hi, Don. Yeah, so Anami's asking any tips to relax the groin. Yes. So I know for some people, we speak about the groin or we speak about the reproductive organs, and they're like, oh, it's so weird. It's so uncomfortable. It's so inappropriate. Don't talk about your body. and forgive me, I don't mean to make fun of anyone who feels that way. I just invite, if you do feel some resistance to speaking in a public platform or about with someone else about your groin or your reproductive organs, that maybe just have a little bit of an open mind, because again, we hold so much tension unconsciously in that lower part of the body. For anyone who's familiar with the chakra systems, these energetic vortices in the body, the root chakra is in the bowl of the pelvis there, right at the base, yes? And this is our center of survival, our center of belonging, of safety. And because so many of us from our childhoods and on in our lives have not felt safe in the world, or felt like we had to fend for ourselves, or felt like, something wasn't comfortable, this part of the body is often in deep contraction and we're totally unaware of it. So, one of the simplest ways to start to release that unconscious contraction to help offer greater ease in the body and maybe even a little more emotional ease in our systems is to actually do the opposite, to contract even more. So, one way you can do this is have a sense of maybe having to go pee, to urinate, and not wanting to, and how you might engage those muscles. Some of us have different practices for this part of the body already, but just imagine that you're contracting your muscles, trying not to release urination. So, go ahead and just contract. Contract, 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 really squeeze tight, 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 and then totally relax and feel like the muscles are just going, huh. So we're contracting everything up and in, and then we're relaxing it down. Now, if you find that this is causing cramping, I invite you just to take some slow, deep breaths. We don't want to overdo it. And if cramping is coming, then maybe just practice breathing deeply and seeing if you can mentally relax that area of the body if the contraction doesn't work. So we'll try this 2 more times. And again, if you find that if you feel like a sense of the contraction coming on, then don't squeeze so tightly. Yes. So again, yes, exactly. Like a Kegel for those of us who have that type of body. So we're contracting the muscles like you're trying not to urinate. Really engage those muscles as much as you can in the body. Squeeze, feel that contraction of the muscles pulling in. Take a breath. And then exhale, let it all go. Just feel the muscles going like this. We'll do it one more time. Inhale deeply, feel this contraction coming on in this lower pelvic region. We're contracting these lower pelvic muscles. Contract, contract, contract. And then exhale, let it go. Great. This is really good for those of us who find that we get caught in a lot of fear and anxiety and rumination. Start to give this part of the body some relief, and it may very quickly translate into the emotions or even the thoughts that you're having. Thank you. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Is it, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Please feel free to share it phonetically for me. Okam or Oskam, so many different possibilities here. Okay, thanks for that little break, Anami. I guess that is a self-love technique also, isn't it? All these different ways that we can care for ourselves. Anyone feel anything there? Anyone notice a shift in your body? Or maybe did you become aware of the tension that you were holding in that part of your body by doing this little exercise? Curious if anyone had an experience there. Okay, great. Thank you. Let's take a breath together. Hi, FF. Long time no see. Welcome. Awaken my heart. Awaken my heart. Awaken my heart. In our last session, we spoke a little bit about the conditioning that we carry that often keeps us from having an experience of self-love, how that condition starts with childhood and continues on throughout our lives with different external influences that condition our internal ways of thinking and feeling about ourselves. We moved into a technique to do our best to imagine what it would be like to see ourselves through the eyes of someone that loves us or cares about us. And not everyone was able to think of someone, but maybe you were at least still able to kind of find an experience of seeing yourself differently. For some of us, it's so difficult to see our inner and outer beauty, to see all of the gifts that we have and that we are just by being alive. So that is the technique that we engaged in last time. And today we're going to move into a version of the self-soothing technique. Some of you have practiced this with me live, or you've experienced the recording of it that I have here on the Insight Timer app. Self-soothing, also meaning how to stay present with ourselves when we're not feeling good. Gabor Mate, I believe is the pronunciation of his name, beautiful human being who has brought so much profound knowledge and awareness to the field of trauma and understanding addiction and trauma in our systems, speaks to how trauma is less about the event that occurs, but more about how we interact with ourselves in that event. For many of us, what happens when something painful or traumatic arises, not because we don't love ourselves, but out of survival, we abandon ourselves. We tell ourselves that there's something wrong with us, that this happened to us. However, that experience of abandonment or rejection of the self occurs, it creates this sense of discord inside, this sense of disconnect. And this is what we do so much throughout our lives, not just in traumatic experiences. An uncomfortable emotion arises, a painful thought arises, and unless we've really trained ourselves to do otherwise, we reject ourselves, one way or the other. Maybe not always reject, but rather than scooping ourselves up and saying, I'm here, I'm listening, how can I help you? We check out. We go exercise, we go eat, we go smoke, we go drink, we go find someone to make love with, we watch TV, we read books. We do so much to get away from the discomfort of the pain. And it's like we leave ourselves in that moment. Some part of us is upset. We feel angry, we feel ashamed, we feel hurt, we feel scared, we feel sad. And rather than staying with ourselves, the response inside, the trained response is, oh, no, 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 this is comfortable, or this is bad. This is wrong to feel this way. Got to get out of here. So the self-soothing technique is a way for us, rather than turning away, to turn toward with love and compassion. And although we might think that we successfully at times do distract ourselves from the pain that arises, I'd like to share a personal experience to kind of highlight one of the many ways that shows us this isn't actually accurate. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Riley. That's okay. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're both here. Yeah, we numb ourselves. We do all sorts of things to get away from feeling pain. So this is actually just yesterday. We're in a powerful, we're always in a powerful time on the planet. We can really look at that. Things have just been, continuing to, there's just been so much intensity and so much massive growth and transition and transformation over some years now. And it just continues on. That if you are aware of the energy of Shivaratri, we're entering this celebration that starts in the middle of the night tonight, I believe, my time. And then, of course, there's everything happening in the world. And for anyone who's able to stay until the end today, at the end of our session, we're going to take some time to consciously offer our light, offer our love, and any intention or prayers that you would like to offer to any part of the world. Many of us are very aware of what is happening in Ukraine right now. And there are always things happening on this planet. Yes. So we have an opportunity to come together and offer our loving kindness collectively at the end of our session today. So I was feeling a lot. I have been feeling a lot. And yesterday there was this moment. I've caught this a few times recently, but yesterday there was a specific moment where I was in the bathroom and I glanced at myself in the mirror as I was walking to the sink. And the thought arose in the mind, something like, "You're so ugly." Now, many of us have these kinds of thoughts, unkind thoughts to ourselves, judgmental thoughts, thoughts that keep us from feeling peace uh, for whatever reason. And in that moment that that thought arose, rather than falling into maybe some old pattern of dismissing the thought or trying to cover up the thought or just trying to ignore it, or maybe looking more into the thought and agreeing with it, I said to myself, "Oh, sweetheart, oh, what's making you hurt so much inside that you would have that thought?" I just want to pause here for a moment. I had the awareness to ask myself, what hurt is happening inside of you that is so strong or so loud in this moment? It's causing the thought to arise, "You're ugly." What a revolutionary thought here. That when those negative or painful thoughts come up about ourselves or about others as well, that it's like an internal alarm saying, "I'm hurting. I'm hurting." But that's not how we respond to it, right? If a judgmental thought or, an upsetting thought, a stressful thought arises from us to us or from us about another, we follow that thought. Again, we either do what I do, right? We dismiss it, ignore it, or we follow it more and we start to think about, "Oh yeah, this judgment's totally true." We believe the thought and we interact with our mind as if the thought is true. So what a revolution to consider. Ah, some part of me is in pain. And this thought is arising because some part of me is in pain. I'd love to hear from a couple of you. Hi, Sib and Mama. Can you kind of see that in yourself a little bit? Or can you consider the possibility that when those thoughts of judgment arise about yourself and others, it's kind of like an internal alarm saying, "I need you. I need you." And see, we're just about to move into a technique to start to address that pain that arises. This is our movement into that. Yeah, and Linda's sharing, I do that too, but it's such a quick little thought. But I do notice it's there. Yeah, for many of us, this is what it is. It's a quick little thought, but it's a lot of quick little thoughts about ourselves and others. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Julia. And Julia's saying, yes, listening without self judgment. So it's kind of like that judgment arises. And rather than just falling into it, right? Because awareness is the first step. For anyone who's here for the first time, I speak to this often. Awareness is the first step to any transformation consciously. If I'm not aware of something I'm doing that's causing more pain or stress in my life or that I don't want to do anymore, if I'm not aware of that, then I can't consciously change it or shift it or transform it. So awareness is the first step. Okay, so rather than just believing that painful or stressful thought, I have the awareness. Oh, I'm having a thought or a thought is arising. Rather than immediately believing it, oh, here is this thought. Maybe there's a different meaning behind it. Maybe there's some part of me asking me for something. And Ezekiel's asking, are those like intrusive thoughts? You know, I would say for many of us, all of our thoughts, most of our thoughts are unconscious. We have an experience of the mind thinking us. Rather than maybe training ourselves to think consciously, the mind is in its patterns. And the mind is neither good nor bad. Let's be clear here. Yes, at least from the philosophy that I come from, that my teachers have taught me. The mind is not bad. The mind is not good. The mind is like a garden. It's an empty space. And whatever seeds we plant in that garden come to fruition. So, in a sense, any thought that we might deem unpleasant could be considered intrusive. And most of our thoughts are just, well, first of all thoughts are just happening. They're coming and they're going. They're coming and going. They're like the clouds in the sky. They're not who we are. Just because we have a thought doesn't mean that it's true about us. For example, I work with people who have OCD or have compulsive thinking. And it's really a powerful healing experience to consider, wow, I'm not these thoughts. I'm not these thoughts that come and say wild things to me. I'm not these thoughts. So through these different types of practices, techniques, and tools, mindfulness, we become more conscious thinkers rather than unconscious thinkers, where rather than just letting the mind come in with, oh, I'm ugly, I'm this, they're bad, this is wrong, I don't like this, I don't like that, I wish this was different, this is wrong. All of these kind of stressful thoughts that, really fill most of our minds, maybe not always, but at some point in time, yes, throughout the day or throughout the week. Rather than having the experience of that being our mind, we start to consciously train the mind. We consciously choose our thoughts. That's one of the beautiful things about all of these affirmation meditations and techniques that are available. Affirmations are a fantastic way to train the mind and to train the brain. Hi, Lisa. Yes, warm welcome to anyone who is here for the first time. Warm welcome to everyone. I always say that, but I want to offer a warm welcome to everyone, including those of you here for the first time. Happy to be with you. Okay. I'm just going to read this last comment here. Yeah, and again, in this journey of this series, in the journey of self-love, in the path of self-love, it takes time to shift. It takes time, and that's okay. Again, if you missed our last session or you haven't heard me speak on this or other people speak on this before, these negative thoughts, these painful thoughts, these stressful thoughts that we think about ourselves and that we get caught in, they're not true. They're not true. It doesn't mean that there isn't room for us to grow, but the way that we perceive the thought that causes it to be so painful is not true. It's just a thought. For anyone who is unfamiliar with Byron Katie, I highly recommend looking into Byron Katie's body of work called The Work. It's an incredible and powerful and straightforward, and really helps us start to identify the mind and have more power over these thoughts that so often we just agree with and believe to be true and cause us so much pain. So again, this is conditioning. These types of thoughts, conditioning, survival strategies, there's so much wound up in it. And it's really ultimately the way that we grew into our personality to find a place in the world where maybe we felt safe, or we could kind of have a little bubble, or maybe feel protected. There's so much there. So that's conditioning. And it's because we've been thinking this way for so long. Some of us here, some of us here might be teenagers, but many of us here, we've got a few, or if not quite a few decades. And that means we've been thinking this way or these ways for decades. Fortunately, it doesn't mean it takes decades to change and shift the way of thinking. But let's just be a little compassionate here. Wow, I've been thinking these stressful thoughts for so long, and I'm ready to shift. And it's not going to happen overnight. So how can I be compassionate with myself and generous, patient with myself in the process? Thank you, friends. Okay, so we are going to move now into this self-soothing technique as a way to say, oh, I'm feeling something inside. And rather than judging ourselves for it, trying to get away from it, trying to numb out, distracting ourselves, making ourselves wrong for having those feelings and thoughts, we're going to practice being with ourselves, staying present in the face of discomfort. And this will bring more benefits, more gifts than you can even imagine when we really cultivate this type of relationship with ourselves. Okay. So happy to see you. My heart, I've been feeling so much. I feel a heaviness in my heart and also a gratitude, tenderness, and love to be together. I invite you to find a comfortable seated position. Close the eyes if that is comfortable for you. Otherwise, just have your gaze unfocused, looking downward. And start to deepen the breath. Slow, deep breathing. Feel a space between the teeth. Allow the lips and the jaw to soften. Inhale, feel the belly, the ribs, and the chest expand. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Allow your body to be still. Sometimes even just fidgeting and adjusting our position is a way for the mind to attempt to get away from discomfort, or the patterns to get away from discomfort. So I invite you to be as still as you can comfortably. Of course, if you really need to move, please honor your body. In this stillness, start to become aware of what's happening inside. Notice the areas where your body is holding tension, tightness, feels heavy. And remain still. Be the witness of these experiences. There's nothing wrong with feeling this way. This is just part of being alive. Today, we practice being able to stay with ourselves in moments of discomfort or distress rather than leaving. And you may also notice areas that feel numb. Whatever is there is okay. Are your hands clenched? Is there deep tension in your pelvis? Are your lips pressed together? Just notice how your body is holding on right now. Take a deep breath in and out. allow whatever emotions are here to come to the surface. Again, there's nothing wrong with these feelings, no matter how uncomfortable they may feel, no matter what you were taught about emotion. I invite you to consider that there's nothing wrong, no matter how painful this might seem. It's natural to feel this way. So just start to let emotion bubble up to the surface of your awareness and feel it in your body. And again, if you're just feeling a strong numbness, that's okay. That may be an invitation to go a little deeper. And as you allow yourself to feel more deeply, notice what's happening in the mind. Is the mind trying to get away from this by fixing something or solving something? Is it distracting you, trying to think about something else? Are you caught in a painful or stressful thought or story? Nothing wrong with any response here, just notice. And then consider that any stressful thoughts arising are like an alarm trying to get your attention. Some part of you inside saying, I need something. I need help. I need acknowledgement, compassion, forgiveness. Place your hand on your heart if you can and feel a sense of warmth, of tenderness, the way you hold your heart here. You may even start to feel a little comfort softening your chest with your hand. With your awareness really on the feelings in the body, the emotions arising, really present with yourself. Repeat these words to yourself. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Whatever you're feeling is okay. I'm right here. It's okay. I know you don't want to feel this way. I know this is painful. I know you don't like this. But you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. It's okay to feel. It's okay. You're okay. Breathe deeply allowing whatever emotion is here to continue to come to the surface, letting yourself feel it, giving yourself permission to feel it. Feel it in your body. And again, say to yourself, from kindness, from compassion in your heart, in your mind, you're okay. You're okay. It's okay to feel this way. It's okay. You don't have to carry this alone. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm so sorry you're feeling this way. I'm so sorry you're in pain. I'm right here. You're okay. You're okay. Relax your lips, your jaw. Stay with these feelings. And again, if there's a lot of numbness there, I invite you to come out of the mind and really feel the body. Go deeper. Go deeper than these walls keeping you out. And now, each of us, go deeper inside of yourself, deeper inside of these feelings, and find the part of you who is upset. Maybe the part of you that is loudest right now is really angry or feeling shame or sadness or intense fear, or maybe feeling many things. Go find this part of you right now and feel yourself right here with you, with the part of you that is in distress. And say to yourself, I'm right here. Give this part of you permission now to express whatever is inside. This part of you that's feeling so much. Maybe this part of you needs to just scream or to cry or to yell out. Maybe this part of you needs to say some things that you've been holding inside. Maybe this part of you needs to admit something to yourself that you haven't been willing to. Maybe you've been too afraid. Give this part of you permission in your mind to be fully expressed and stay right there with yourself. Go ahead. Let the tears come. Let the sound come. And listen. Stay right here with yourself as this part of you really expresses everything it needs to release. All of the pain it has been holding inside, let it out. Remember to breathe. Just let it all out for these next few moments. Anything you've needed to say, any emotion, just let it come to the surface. It's too painful. It's too much of a burden to carry this around in your tissues, in your mind, in your heart. Let yourself be free from it now. Express it fully. Open and close your mouth. Relax your jaw. Relax your tongue. Breathe deeply in and out of the mouth. Thank this part of you for having the courage to express itself. Honor this part of you for the courage that it takes to open, to release. Offer gratitude to yourself for being willing to express and let go. And now ask this part of you, what do you need from me? What do you need from me? We're always looking for someone else to blame or blaming someone else. We're always looking for someone else to make things better. But what we don't realize is the person we need the most, the person we long to connect with the most, the person we need to acknowledge us and see us and honor us and respect us the most is us, our own self. So listen with an open mind as this part of you expresses what it needs from you. Open mind and open heart. Again, thank yourself. In whatever way feels right. Offer this part of you gratitude and let this part of you know that you're right here, that you're learning to be right here, that you want to be here for yourself. Maybe you wish to bow to this part of you or open your arms to take this part of you into a loving embrace. Be so grateful to yourself. I'm right here. Now, for these next few moments, I invite you to imagine, see, think, feel what it would be like if you were already giving yourself what you're needing. If this part of you said, I need you to speak to me with more kindness, imagine your life right now as if you've been speaking to yourself with kindness. How good would you feel? Much more confident, relaxed, peaceful, full of love would you feel? Imagine that. Or if this part of you said, I need you to do X for me. I need you to take care of something for me. Imagine how good and in harmony with yourself you would feel having done that. Again, for these next few moments, imagine that you are living a life where you are already giving these things to yourself that you're needing. And imagine how good it feels to be living in that harmony and alignment with yourself. And gently smile at yourself, to yourself. Feel a gentle smile, your lips curling, this tenderness from your heart. Offer this smile to your innermost self. Become aware of your body breathing. And sense the space around you, the seat beneath you. And with the eyes closed, or you're welcome to open them if you wish, start to sense that even in this tender experience for you, with you, that you are not alone. You can hear my voice. I am here with you. And we are here together with over 163 of us all together right now. Start to sense that you are not alone. We are together. And I invite you to feel or imagine that there's this glowing light in your heart. Maybe you see it as a glowing golden light or a crystalline light or a pink or emerald green light. Imagine this beautiful, warm, healing light in your heart center. And feel that this light in your heart is anchored in your heart, and it reaches over to the heart of someone else here. Even though we're spread out all across the planet, imagine that the light in your heart is now connected to the light in another's heart. And the light in their heart is connected to another until this heart light, this light of our hearts as one, comes together in a circle with over 163 people, all of us together in this circle of light, connected through this healing light of the heart. And breathe deeply. Maybe you can imagine this in your mind, or you just have a feeling in your own heart of how we are all connected, creating this circle of light and this sphere of light, this beautiful sphere of light. And we can pour whatever we wish to in this sphere of light of our one heart. We can pour in peace, joy, healing, whatever you wish to pour into this sacred one heart. You can intend that now. Feel it, see it, know it, pouring into this sphere of light. And this light between us grows brighter and brighter with each of our loving intentions poured into it. Harmony, healing, forgiveness, compassion, love, joy, aliveness, oneness. The light of our one heart grows brighter and brighter and brighter. And now let us consciously imagine that in the center of this sphere of light is the Ukraine and Russia. And all other countries, all other peoples that you would like to place in this healing sphere of light. Imagine that, feel that to be so with your intention, so that all who are needing healing and support and safety are in this healing grid of light. Maybe you wish to place yourself in this light, or the whole planet, or the cosmos. And you may also wish to imagine or feel that the light of this grid, this sphere of light of healing of our one heart, is also pouring out. The sphere of light expands, pouring out into all of the places on the planet where you wish it to go. And that this light of the heart washes the minds and the hearts and the bodies of all who receive it. Enlivening harmony, peace, forgiveness, compassion, love, safety. See or feel this light growing even brighter, even stronger in our oneness. And feel how it permeates your whole being, allowing you to also receive what you are needing in this moment. We might even imagine that we are looking around this circle of our one heart and smiling at each other, seeing the beauty, the light in each other, and offering our deepest gratitude for this opportunity to be together in healing and to serve each other and the planet in our love. If your eyes are still closed, you may wish to open them If you're able to see any of the profile circles of others in our session right now, you may wish to just gaze upon them for a moment and see all of the beautiful beings, even if their profile pictures, or if your profile picture is just an image of something. We can sense the presence of each and every one of us here together. Thank you, beloveds. Thank you. Thank you. So we'll be here for just a couple of minutes today before we complete. I have a client shortly. We went for our full hour today. So if anyone wishes to share anything in these last couple of minutes, always grateful to hear from you and to be together. Love you, Cindy. Thank you all. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, V. Thank you all. And again, if you're not part of our circle, our group here on the app, the group is called Love Heals All. Come join us. Come be with us there in that loving space. Yes, thank you all. Thank you so much. We'll be together for yoga. For anyone who'd like to join the physical practice of yoga, asana, tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm enjoying your comments. I'm reading them as they're coming through. Thank you all. Anything else? Be kind with yourself. Be gentle. You can revisit the meditation that we did today. I have it here on the app. It's under the name Self-Soothing Practice. So if you'd like to revisit that, it's a great thing to do regularly. Even if you're feeling great, it's actually a good thing to do. It's kind of like a self-maintenance process of just being like, oh, I'm here. I'm okay. I'm okay. I love myself. So I invite you to do that self-soothing practice. Oh, beautiful, beautiful friends. Beautiful. So grateful for each of you. Ah, wonderful. Well, just really quickly before we complete, just because I never want to leave you, or I never want to be left by you. Just share your 2 words. We'll have a quick 2-word check-in. Just pop your 2 words in the chat. And as a reminder, whatever you're feeling is okay. If you're still feeling stirred up, if you're feeling tender, if other things are there, it's all okay. It's okay. It's just part of our human experience. So go ahead and share your 2 words in the chat. What 2 words best describe how you are in this moment? Thank you so much for your donations. Thank you so much for supporting me in my life. I'm so grateful. And I see some of your 2 words are coming in. And whatever you're feeling is okay. Again, whatever you're feeling is okay. And if you are feeling numb, you might consider that numbness is there as a protection mechanism. And if you feel willing to go deeper into it, you can explore that. Okay, what is underneath this numbness? What am I having difficulty accepting about myself? Where am I having difficulty forgiving myself, having compassion with myself? Where am I being hard on myself? So we always think that our pain is due to others, but it starts here. So how can I come home to me? How can I be with me? How can I have inquiry with myself to offer myself more kindness and compassion and forgiveness and care? Thank you all so much for your sharing. Thank you. I'm so grateful to be together. So grateful. Great. Okay. So see you soon. See you either tomorrow. Oh, Anami's asking a really great question that I would like to answer very briefly. She's asking if we're feeling neutral, if we're not feeling really stirred up emotionally, and we engage in this technique, how do we do this technique without just causing stuff to come up, right? Because if I sit here and I think about a sad story or have a stressful thought, or if I think about something that upsets me, it's going to trigger those emotional responses. So sometimes it's not about going through the whole process. It's just about sitting here and just saying, I'm here. I'm here. And whatever you're feeling is okay. You can just take pieces of the technique. No need to stir something up if you are in a genuinely, neutral or, easeful feeling place. Sometimes the reason it can be good for maintenance is because sometimes we just are so good at checking out and distracting and numbing out that we don't realize that there's something there that needs to be tended to. But if you're really just feeling like bright, uplifted, whatever words you want to use, no issue. Enjoy. Enjoy. No need to process anything. Yes. Okay. Great. Great way to complete. Yes. As are you, my love. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you. One heart. We are here together, all together.